In a grim world where civilization teetered on the brink, Eddie Brock found himself isolated, living in a city overridden by chaos and despair. The symbiote, an alien entity with whom he shared a tumultuous bond, had been part of him for years. Together, they had faced the most incredible odds, sometimes as allies, other times as a hindrance. The symbiote, a mass of dark tendrils and sharp-toothed grins, had kept him alive during many brushes with death, but it had also been the source of his greatest fears and failures. As the days grew darker and the nights longer, Eddie knew he had to confront his destiny. A wave of new, powerful symbiotes began to sweep through the city, leading destruction in their path. These creatures were unlike any he had faced before. They were stronger, more agile, and utterly ruthless. Eddie realized that stopping them would require the ultimate sacrifice. One morning, as the sun rose sluggishly over the city skyline, Eddie and the symbiote stood on a rooftop, looking down at the chaos below. "We have to finish this," Eddie murmured, his voice tinged with uncertainty. The symbiote responded with a low growl, affirming its readiness for what lay ahead. With determination in their merged hearts, Eddie and the symbiote plunged into the fray. They battled through hordes of these new adversaries, their movements synchronized in a deadly dance. The streets were littered with broken glass and remnants of fallen foes as they charged towards the heart of the invasion. Finally, they reached the center, a pulsating mass that seemed to be generating more symbiotes. Eddie, exhausted but resolute, knew this was the crux of their mission. "This ends now," he said, his words echoing into the void. The symbiote surged forward, enveloping Eddie in its protective embrace, ready for what could be their final battle. With a burst of energy, Eddie drove forward into the heart of the enemy. The symbiote, feeling his determination, channeled all its power to support him. The struggle was fierce, and the outcome uncertain. But Eddie pushed through, guided only by the hope of peace. In the end, a massive explosion rocked the city. When the dust settled, Eddie stood alone, the symbiote finally spent, sacrificing itself to save so many. He looked at the calm as dawn broke anew, knowing he had lost a part of himself but had gained victory over the chaos. Eddie walked away from the battlefield a changed man, his heart heavier yet filled with hope, a testament to the end of an era and the beginning of a new, uncertain life.